Hello again, everybody. Travis Berardi alongside Hayden Gray inside OH Report World Headquarters in Mansfield with your final statistical leaders in high school football for passing, rushing, and receiving. And Hayden, a couple changes at the top, but that's a tease because we'll get to that later. The first two passing were Marshall Shepard. He's pretty much had this lockdown all year. He wasn't a winner for the Phenoms here at the OH Report, which still blows my mind, and I know Storm very upset about that, but he does take the passing championship.
Yeah, Marshall Shepard, while not a phenom ever this season, does win our passing in the area for this year. 3,656 yards, 43 touchdowns, and a 66% completion rate on the season. I mean, just record-shattering season for Marshall Shepard. He's been the offense for Shelby. We'll see if he's able to keep them alive in their postseason game tonight. But second to Marshall Shepard is River Valley's Hayden Shadone. He came in second place this year with 2,748 yards, 22 touchdowns, 57% completion on the year. So a very respectable season for Hayden Shadone as well. Those are insane numbers as well. So both these guys have done a lot for the team. River Valley also squeaking in the playoffs. So both these guys have work left ahead of them, Trav.
Yeah, and looking at the rest of the passing list, you have Brady Wink finishing third with 2,429 yards. Drew Becker from Worcester, 2,381 at 4. Number 5, Noah Clark, 6th. Mitchell from South Central, despite having one less game, still finishes in the top 10. Caden Holtman at 7th. Peyton Lester at 8th. Kobe Allen from Winford at 9th. And Landon McFrederick from Ashland finishes off the top 10. So congratulations to Marshall Shepard, our passing champion in the area. That's our 5 conferences, as well as the Lucas Cubs. Moving on now to receiving, where, like we always said, Marshall Shepard, where he goes, his receivers go, and once again flip-flopping for the top spot, but the top 2 spots go to Shelby Whippets, and your champion in receiving goes to Andre Hill.
Yeah, you know, this was a race we were watching all year long. Andre Hill and Blaine Bowman battling it out with one another. Andre Hill able to get the upper hand. 1,311 yards, 15 touchdowns on the season, 16.4 yards per catch. Andre Hill been getting it done for the Whippets all year. And then Blaine Bowman, his dynamic duo buddy on the other side, 70 receptions, 1,216 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 17.4 yards per reception. These two have been making Marshall Shepard's numbers go up, making their own numbers go up, and they're also in the postseason, so they're going to have a big job tonight. They're going to have to get it done. It's going to be rainy, so not sure what we'll see, but both these guys going to have a big night, and congratulations to them on both insane years for two guys.
Looking at the rest of the top 10, Zayden Fry from Mohawk finishes 3rd, Carson Lang 4th, Jaron Filiator from Winford 5th, Carson Music, just like Marshall, one less game, but still in the top 10. Wesley Stokes at 7th. Jonathan Metzger from Ashland 8th. Micah McKee 9th. And Paul Butterman, who was up towards the top at the beginning of the season, fell off a little bit, but he still finishes in the top 10. So congratulations to everybody that finished in the top 10, especially Andre Hill and Blaine Bowman. And like we said, the last 5 weeks it was flip-flopping back between Bowman and Hill. Bowman and Hill takes it at the end. Finally, to wrap things up, rushing, and like I said earlier, you know, throughout 9 weeks, it was all Dane Nauman, but finally, Lincoln Mollenkoff finishes it off, and he catches him.
Yeah, you know, that was another race we were really watching closely. Lincoln Mollenkoff, as you just said, he's going to become our rushing leader for the season. He's going to become the champion for that. 213 carries, one fewer than Dane Nauman. 2,165 yards and 32 touchdowns. He's been getting it done for Colonel Crawford all year long, so huge congrats to Lincoln Mollenkoff. But that's not to take away from anything number 2, the runner-up, Dane Nauman, was able to do on the year. 214 carries, 2,108 rushing yards on the year, 20 touchdowns. Both these guys have been having huge seasons, getting both their teams into the postseason. So we'll see if the ground attack for both these guys continues throughout the postseason, because they still have some work to do.
And looking towards these matchups, especially with Lincoln Mollenkoff going up possibly against the number 3 rusher in Connor Morrison Crestview in round 2. Still got to play on Friday and Saturday in the first round to get there. But, you know, Mollenkoff with the Colonel Crawford squad, and you have Dane Nauman, the KMAC champion Highland Scots, they play at home in their first round. Then you have Morse at 3. Carson Berry, a big one against Lexington. He finishes 4th. Max Lauer from Northmore still in the top 5, finishes 5th. Shea Sparks at 6th. Gavin Hargis, 7th. Isaac Roeder of Monroeville, 8th. Jesse Beckman, Seneca East, him and Gavin Hargis, both over 1,000 yards, both finish in the top 10 for Seneca East. And then Chase Studer finishes 10th. So that will wrap things up here for our statistical leaders for the 2021 high school football regular season. Anything that really popped out to you this year, Hayden?
I mean, one thing that pops out is just the amazing races. Not so much in passing. Sorry, Marshall Shepard. There was no surprises there this year, but really tight races in all categories. Awesome to see so many different people moving up, sometimes moving down, but just the surprise of it all. 2 guys from Shelby able to share the love on receiving, exciting rushing. So just really proud of all these guys, and the numbers all over the area are really impressive. We have some great football here in North Central Ohio.
And we still have some great football left to be played. It's playoff time. A lot of area teams looking to get not only through the region, but maybe to Canton for a state championship. So stick with us because we'll have much more football coverage over the next month and a half. But for now, for Hayden, I'm Travis, and we out.